Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to do a full breakdown and guide for Citrine. We're going to cover her backstory, analyze her strengths and weaknesses at max stats, discuss preferred class options, best skills to inherit, pairing options and weapons. All of this is my personal opinion based off of my experience. So for those of you that have already completed the game and maxed this character out through different builds, that is fantastic. And I'd love to hear them in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. For those of you that are newer to the game, this video will serve as a great knowledge base for best practices, not breast practices, sorry, best in building Citrine. So I hope you enjoy it. That being said, let's jump right into talking about her class.
I suppose this is a time when riches aren't much help, but I shall pray with all my heart.
So Citrine starts as a mage and can be promoted to a sage or high priest. I personally prefer the high priest class because it offers the most versatility. They can use tomes, staves, and arts. High priest is a great class, and Citrine makes an especially good one. For example, Pandrio, who comes as a high priest, can wield only B tomes, while Citrine can wield A. In this video, you'll see how she is able to actually cause serious damage with tomes, while simultaneously being able to heal allies and break the weapon triangle with arts. Now I should clarify by the break the weapon triangle that I don't mean she can break any enemy. Obviously arts and tomes cannot break lances, swords, and axes, but the beauty is that with the versatility of tomes and art, you have the means to never be broken yourself. Alright, now let's max her stats out so we can see just how far a character like this can be taken. Her stats when maxed are as follows: 55 health, 13 build, 27 strength, 48 magic, 31 dexterity, 31 speed, 18 defense, 50 resistance, and 38 luck. Now, as we can see here, she's pretty phenomenal with magic and resistance, but is glaringly weak in defense. She'll do super well by you in any map that has a high number of sages, but in this game, that really isn't a lot of maps. There are a lot of armored units in this game though, for her to easily cook with her magic, but she can only really stand a hit, maybe two from enemies before dying. So that's hard utility for her even when maxed out on defense. One thing I've noticed about Fire Emblem Engage while making this series is how well the creators balance the game. There are a few seemingly game-breaking pairings, but as a whole, you'll find that tremendous strengths come with tremendous weaknesses. This character can do the work of multiple units between her use of tomes, arts, staffs, between her high magic and resistance, but it comes at the cost of having to constantly protect her. In my opinion, this is a fair trade-off, but I would want to limit the characters and classes that are going to fall into this category on my team. Okay, let's pivot to talk about her skills now. Her personal skill is called Generosity, and here's how it works. When Citrine uses a healing item, adjacent allies also recover the same amount of HP as her. I love this because as long as we think ahead, we can be prepared to use her to heal not only herself, but up to 4 allies as well. Now it may not always work out that way, but at a minimum, healing even one ally without having to use their turn is a huge benefit to you. Speaking of healing, her class skill is called Self-Healing, and it delivers on exactly what it promises. She will be able to heal herself with a staff. Don't get too excited though, because I already know what you're thinking. What if she can heal herself using a staff and still trigger her personal skill? Well, I hope the same thing, but that would be way too broken. The staff will heal more health than a Vulnerate or Elixir would, but you won't have the added gift that you get from your personal skill. I will say though that it is nice to have both, as there will be circumstances where self-heal saves the character from imminent death on the enemy phase. And at that point, I'm willing to pass up the opportunity to use her personal skill. Okay, let's fill those 2 inheritance slots next. Here are my top recommendations. You could bring Magic / Dex +5, Staff Mastery 5, Canter Plus, Holdout Plus, or Divine Pulse Plus. All of those would be great options. Now in this video, I'm going to inherit Canter Plus and Holdout Plus Plus. Canter Plus is a personal favorite of mine. When soloing maps, I'm able to use it to attack and then come back to a stat boosting tile. For this reason and many more, it's crucial for a main game run in maddening mode as well. Holdout Plus Plus, on the other hand, is also a really great skill. In fact, it's one that you'll find super annoying in the Outrealm trials when you should have been able to kill an enemy, and Holdout Plus Plus keeps them alive at 1 health just to spite you. A character with defense as low and health as low as Citrine absolutely needs this. Alright, so now for her weapons. I like to equip her with Thoron plus 5 to give her the ability to attack from 3 blocks away. Balganon plus 5 will double hit and finished armored enemies like generals or great knights. That's going to be a huge benefit to you. L-Surge plus 5 can make sure that I hit enemies with high avoid stats like Griffin Knights, Thieves, and Swordmasters, and Shield Art will boost her defense. Now finally, and very importantly, I need to bring a healing staff because it's going to save not only her, but a lot of her allies as well when things start to get dicey. Alright, the pairing is very important, so I tested a bunch. What I found was that Celica makes the most sense. She boosts Citrine's magic, making her an even better healer. Plus, skills like Echo and Ragnarok give her even higher damage against enemies. Specifically, corrupted enemies that make up the majority of the enemy units in this game. This unit is going to be a backline healer for you. She's not a frontline tanker, so in my opinion, the pairing is very complementary. Alright, there you have it. We've now discussed Citrine in detail. You know her strengths, her weaknesses, and how to maximize her utility. But the real question is whether or not you want her on your team. And if so, what's your build, your inheritance skill, your pairing, your class? I want to know down in the comments. You guys have been very faithful at sharing those in the previous video, so I'm excited to see what we get here. I want to thank all of you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of your support. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Usually, I put a backstory portion in as well, but I cut it out to streamline the content for you and cut out all unnecessary information. If you want it back, just let me know in the comments. Hopefully, I've earned your subscription today so that I can see you again in the next video, but if not, I'll still be here working on it. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.